Hi guys, welcome to TechCatAssist. In this video I want to show you how you can troubleshoot your internet connection. I'm gonna also show you how you can check your IP address, your private IP address, what's the difference between private IP address and the public IP address, and how you can determine where is the issue, so you might escalate that to your internet provider if there's an issue on their side. So yeah, I'm gonna minimize myself here on the right hand side, okay, in the bottom. Okay, so as you can see on my screen now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the CMD command line interface, which is very handy for this troubleshooting. Okay, so just type in search CMD, run as administrator. It's the best thing to do always. Okay, so first I want to check what's my IP address. So the IP address is the number that is given by your router. Okay, every device at your home has its own IP address, and it's given by the router. So it's a private IP address. So when you're connecting a new phone to the Wi-Fi or with the cable to your router is automatically assigning IP address. So I want to check what's that, okay, on my system. So the command what I'm going to use is ipconfig. So it's ipconfig. Just press enter. Now here I can see that my IP address, IPv4 address, is 192.168.1.91. And subnet mask, you don't have to worry about that part. Default gateway is the actual router. So the router is managing your connection, and it's giving you IP address of 192.168.1.91. In my case, that's my IP address on my computer, my PC. Each device that you're connecting is a phone, tablet, anything, TV, smart speaker, web cameras, or IP cameras that you have at home for security. Everything has its own IP address and is assigned by your router. So I know that my IP address is 192.168.1.91. My default gateway which is the router, is 192.168.1.1. Default gateway, it means that it's a router, it's a gateway to outside world. Okay. Usually the routers are given by the internet providers. They have the standard modem configurations. So in this case, it could be something that you've been given by your internet provider. Okay, it could be like a modem from Huawei, or I don't know who's your internet provider, but it could be anything. Okay, but I know what's the IP address of that router. I actually covered in my other video how you can change the Wi-Fi password and SSID, which is mean the Wi-Fi name. So in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to first try to see. Of course, I have been given the IP address, which means that the router is working and I should have a connection to the router. And how I can check that? So obviously, if you have internet connection, you don't have to worry about that. But if you don't have an internet connection and you're getting the IP address from the router, you should be able to ping the router. Ping, it means that connecting, checking the connection. It's like a pinning something, and it's like a radar. If you ping something like ping, ping, it should come back to you. So what I'm gonna use here is command ping, P-I-N-G, and I'm gonna try to ping default gateway. So it's 192.168.1.1. So command ping and then the default gateway, and I see reply from 4 times. Send packet received 4 lost 0. So it means that there is a connection. Time 1 millisecond, which is really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a command that you can test continuously. Okay, so it's pang.192.168.1.1 and then dash T for tango. So now this command is going to ping my router continuously, okay, until I'm gonna stop it. So I see it's stable connection, it's going fine. So I know that I have a connection to my router, which is great. It's working. To stop this, you just press Ctrl C for Charlie on the keyboard. Ctrl plus C Not, don't press plus but a key, but just Control and C. That will stop that. Okay. So now I know that the connection to the router is fine. What I can do now, what I'm gonna do is now, if I still have a problem with the internet connection, now usually in Windows you're getting this globe with the, saying that there's no connection or something like that. But sometimes you might, on Wi-Fi's, you can have a connection to your router, Wi-Fi is getting connection, it thinks that you're connected, but you can't go outside. So what I'm gonna try here, I'm gonna try to ping something else. But this time I'm gonna try to ping a website outside the world, outside my home, okay? Not the world, but it's outside my home. So I'm gonna use now ping, and I'm gonna go for bbc.co.uk. Okay, so now I can see that bbc.co.uk has a public IP address 151.101.0.81, which means that I have a connection to BBC websites, and you can actually ping any website to see if you're getting connection to that website. Now you see here in milliseconds the delay is kind of much worse than pinning my router, but it's still great. It's going outside through different routes. It's going from my computer to the router, then outside to the first Exchange server routing as well. It depends how your internet connection provider has this set up, but you don't have to worry about that part. Okay, it's still okay. So what I'm gonna do now, the other handy and very easy to remember address to ping is Google DNS server, which is 8.8.8. It's very commonly used for the troubleshooting of internet. Ping, command, and then 4 8s, 8.8.8.8. Press enter. You see I'm getting a reply from, it means that it's coming back the signal to me, connection is fine. If I want to do it continuously, then -T. Okay, so you're getting this, it's working, it's fine. But in case you don't have that, you're not getting reply saying, it's gonna say, like, if I'm gonna put some random name on dfs.com if it's working, so I'm gonna put hhh whatever blah blah blah.com ping request there because it's not found. Okay, so that means it's not found the address, but I'm gonna try maybe something else like 10.40.1. So in case you're trying to ping something from outside world, like from outside your home, not world, but it's outside your home, like Google DNS server or BBC website, you're getting request timeout. That means it's your internet connection is not going outside your home, so there's somewhere a problem. So what I'm gonna do in this case, I'm gonna check my modem, my router. So if I go back to the IP config, and I'm gonna default gateway is 192.168.1.1. So I'm gonna use this address, and I'm gonna put it in Google, okay? On the actually address bar on the top. Don't put it in Google, because if Google is not working, then you should just put it in the top. So I'm gonna go 192.168.1.1. So that's my router, that's my default gateway. Press OK. I'm getting a password here. Now, your modem or router given by your internet provider should have a label, and on that label there should be an admin password, username and password. So you can locate that on the modem itself on the label. So click on sign in, and depends what model you have. Different models have different layouts, but you're always looking for one. So wide area network. So worldwide area network, it's like means the outside your home network. Okay. So now here I have the address, IP address. That's the public IP address. It's very different from my private IP address. Okay. There's three different types of IP addresses: private, public, and there's different ranges. But that's for some other video. So this is my public IP address. I'm gonna hide this because I don't want anyone else to trying to get into the system or something and messing around with the settings with the IP addresses. So this is my IP address, the public one. So I'm getting this on my router, which means that I have connection. It's working fine. It shouldn't be a problem. For me, it's working. Okay, so if in case that you have this is empty or there is nothing in IP address under one WAN, it means that it could be something wrong on the service provider. So what you can do, first thing, what you should do is to restart your modem router. I'm always saying modem router because, you know, people are using the same kind of terminology for both devices. It's usually still modem because back in days it was used as a dial-up modem to internet connection. So it is routers, but yeah. So one, if you're not getting IP address on the public one, it looks totally different than yours, the private one here. Okay, so if I go back to this, see, this is my private one, which is only used at my home, in my bubble home, kind of like with an internal network. But this one starts with 109, which is public IP address, and those public IP addresses are used by providers, so they can manage the packages that are going out in and out from your home. Okay, so if you don't have anything there, reboot your modem, your router. Okay, unplug it, plug it back in from the power, wait at least 10 minutes until it will synchronize with the provider. If there is gonna be still an issue and you're still not getting anything from that, not getting an IP address, it means that there is something wrong on their end. So you can give them a call, you can escalate that, you can tell them that you've tried to connect to your modem, to your router, that connection is working, but unfortunately you're not getting anything outside. Your WAN is not getting IP address. Okay, so you're not getting public IP address. So it means that it could be something on their end, could be something like, I don't know, maybe some outage, maybe some kind of work. They're going to be working somewhere in the area on something, or maybe there's something wrong with your line to your home. So you can tell them that you've tried to ping outside world, it's not working, and you can tell them that you've rebooted your modem and it's still not working. You can tell them that you're not getting the public IP address at all. You can give them the call. If that's the case, they should be able to fix it for you. Otherwise, I think you can't do anything more on your end, because your internal network should be working if the modem is working. Of course, could be something wrong with the modem as well, or router. They will ask you to replace it. It could be something with the hardware as well. Could be anything. But at least you know how to troubleshoot. I hope that from this video now you know how to troubleshoot. So guys, yeah, thanks very much for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe my channel, like the video, and put comments underneath, okay? As well as please have a look on my website, TechCatAssist.com, for news and any other stuff from IT world. And yeah, that's it. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye bye.